We gotta stop ignoring the signs. We gotta stop ignoring the patterns. Mental health is getting to people faster than ever. Unfortunately, this is not a new situation. We've seen it happen. We saw it with the Menendez brothers. That was an unfortunate situation, and now we have this. We gotta get the people the help that they need. We have to stop ignoring signs. Rest in peace to Rob and Michelle Reiner. Let's get into it.
Pay attention, you bastards.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. I want to send a huge shout out and send my condolences to the family of Rob and Michelle Reiner. I think that this situation is extremely unfortunate. It's one of them things that is so random. It's so just out of the blue. But things like this happen. And I think it's a tough situation. I think that it's unfortunate. Shout out to his legacy. Shout out to the things he was able to accomplish while he was here. Shout out to things that both of them were able to accomplish while they were here. Nobody deserves to go out like that. Nobody deserves to be in a situation where you're in your own home, when you feel like you have the security there. You feel like you're protected because you're with your family, and something like this happens. For those of you who have not heard, Michelle and Rob Reiner were brutally murdered by their son, Nick Reiner. And like I said, man, it's an unfortunate situation, because to just go out like that, for one, and it was a brutal death, to go out like that, for one, but to go out like that when it was somebody in your own family, and not just in your family, but your own son. It's an unfortunate situation, and it's one of those cases similar to the Menendez brothers, where the son, in that case it was sons, were going through something mentally. You know what I'm saying? It was something they were going through where they felt like, hey, I have to do this. In that case they were sober, but in this case, the son was battling addiction. He was battling, going back and forth, and dealing with something that hurts us all. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with something that, so many people get their minds altered, dealing with different substances. And he was on that substance and dealing with what he was dealing with, and he went ahead and committed these crazy acts. So I want to just shout out, before I really begin, I want to just shout out the family, shout out, them. I hope that they rest in peace and they can, be free, and in heaven, and they're able to, have peace. Like I said, man, I think these situations be unfortunate, man. I think that it's a messed up situation. I think that it's one of those situations that's always hard for me to speak on, because as y'all know, I do entertainment news and things like that, and a lot of times I come in with the music and I come in with the backgrounds, but for this situation it's tough, because this is a real death. You know what I'm saying? A real situation, and it's a brutal situation. But I just want to say that, mental health is so real. Clearly the son was going through something ridiculous in his head. Clearly there was something that was a little off. For you to do your parents like that, for you to, go that brutal with it, not just that, you shot him or whatever the case was, right? Even that's brutal. But to take a knife and do what you did is crazy. But I think that it's one of those things where we got to stop ignoring the signs. And I made a prior video about mental health as well, talking about Kais and that, and it's not to even mix two and two together. and say that he's capable of this, but it's just to say that mental health is a real thing. You never know what somebody is going through. You never know what somebody is dealing with. You never know, what people are in their head thinking and saying to themselves. And I think that we have to start paying attention to this more and more. We have to start looking at, if a person's acting off, let's try to get them the help that they need. You can't force anybody to get help, but you can try to lend a helping hand and say, hey, look, are you okay? Is something up? Are you good? You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to talk to, because those things and not doing those things lead into things like this. And, I think it's an unfortunate situation, man. It's that's all I can really say about it. It's unfortunate because though they were older, they still had a lot of life to live. You know what I'm saying? They still had family that loved them, other kids that, they were support and there for. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, in cases like these, it takes us sitting back and saying, damn, like, this could happen to any of us. We all deal with people who are going through things mentally, who are not sane. We all deal with people who need the help. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we might ignore it. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I know some family members personally, that I'm very close to, that are going through the same situations where mentally it's like they're not right. And all you can do is continue to have the conversation. You can't force anybody to go get the help. You can't force anybody to go and, fix their thing because they don't feel like it's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is pray for them. All you can do is try your best to lend a helping hand and to lend an ear for them to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Lend a voice for them to listen to. That's all you really can do. And just hope and pray that, they make it out of their situation before something like this happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up that it's too late. It's too late to go back and change the hands of time. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they rest well, rest in peace. But I think this is a learning lesson for all of us to say, we have to get out here and at least try. And I'm not saying that they didn't try with their son. I'm saying that, they, a lot of times, we might just be like, oh, okay, they'll be all right. They're fine, and something like this happens, man. So it's one of them situations, man. So like I said, I want to send a huge shout out, man. Just a huge shout out, huge condolences, send flowers to the family. And thank you, Rob, for what you've done, the things that you've accomplished, the barriers you were able to break, the influence you left on people. Rob did some amazing things, and I'm not here to talk about everything he's done, but just here to say that, you did well. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace, Rob. Rest in peace, Michelle. And, like I said, I hope that we can learn from this situation and say to ourselves, hey, look, just lend that voice, lend that ear for somebody to listen. You know what I'm saying? They need it before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So if you see somebody going through something, if you can, let them know it's all right. You here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all somebody needs to change their mindset and snap out of something. So as always, man, I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.